the feeling of being sick and tired of being sick and tired. This was a feeling I had a few years ago. Before I even started recording videos, before I was even just putting myself out there in a way of being sick and tired of being sick and tired. Because before that, I was just sick and tired. I was living every day just unfulfilled, unmotivated, just sad, and in anguish and pain. For the simple fact that it felt like there was a piece missing, there was something missing, And you may be able to relate, it feels like something's missing. You're not living to your fullest, you're not able to do whatever you want. And I fought that so deeply, and it was just there. It was like this low energy. It was this low sort of feeling where, you say you want to do something, but you never do. You never do, and it comes to a point where you just no longer want to be there. You no longer just want to stay in that certain mind state. The mind state of just being unfulfilled, unmotivated, unhappy, just feeling anger towards yourself, feeling, frustrated in the sense that it seems like there's no way out. But even so, in that feeling of being unfulfilled, that just means there's something out there for you. Because it's a crazy thought, just knowing now that something was missing. So that means there was something out there for me. There's something out there for you. It takes some exploring to figure it out. Or maybe you already know. But you've been holding back. You've been holding yourself back from trying it for fear and anxiety of failing, which is another thing. The fear of failure, which can also eat away at the mental, can also eat away at you. The fear of not succeeding, in whatever aspect it may be. Knowing full well that fear, that anxiety, that worry makes you hesitate. It makes you hesitate, and in one sense, it's like, if you don't trust yourself enough, you're not going to take that chance because you let that fear, anxiety, doubt, and worry overtake you. You let it overtake you. You let it consume you in a way. But on the other side, it's like you can push through regardless, because at the end of the day, the choice is yours. The choice is yours. And it's a thought that it's like, whether you had the best year of your life or the worst year of your life, the world keeps spinning. People keep going. People keep living their lives. So in that same sense, it's like, live your own life to however you want. And it may be a lot of things you have to change. There may be a lot of things, a lot of ideas, thoughts, and beliefs about yourself that you may have to change. Because that was the same for me. There was a lot I had to change. And this is why I don't say get rid of, because it's like, you get rid of it, but then there's that gap there. There's that gap. You have to fill it up with something. So you change it, you get rid of it. And in that sort of area of just being sick and tired, you realize it's like, it really comes to a point where you just say, I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to do this no more. And you have two options. You can ignore that. You could ignore that feeling, that gut feeling, that intuition just telling you, change it. Or you can actually do something to change it. You have that awareness. You have that idea that you aren't fulfilled, you aren't happy, you aren't moving in a way. or you aren't progressing, and you know there's something there for you. You know it. It's obvious. It's obvious. You just have to explore and allow yourself. Be vulnerable with it. Be vulnerable with yourself. Because imagine vulnerability. You know, I can't remember what video it was from exactly, but he said it means, you know, the ability to be wounded. And just think of that vulnerability, the ability to be wounded. So applying that into, you know, going for something, making a change, you may get wounded. I'm not trying to glorify it. I'm not. It just happens. You know, I'm not trying to say you should get hurt, you should suffer. No, because wholeheartedly, I don't want people to suffer. That's just part of me that just is there. That's why I make these videos. I don't want people to suffer, but it happens, and that's okay. That's okay. You may be hurt right now. You may be okay, and that's okay. That's okay. But being vulnerable, just being open to experience, it may hurt, but it's okay. You know, you learn and you grow, and you just continue to evolve in a way as you allow new things into your life, and you figure out what it is you like and you don't like, and you continue to move through life from that. And it really came to a point where I just didn't want to be that same person no more. I didn't want to be that same person as I was, as I thought myself as. I didn't want to be in that state no more. So I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. I was so sick of it. I was so sick of just keeping my mind distracted. So guess what? I had to change. I had to. And I'm still currently changing. I'm still currently evolving, still currently becoming in front of your eyes, and you are evolving and changing in front of my eyes. So who knows, maybe there'll be a point where people will say, you changed, you switched up. I had to switch. I had to change. I have become unrecognizable to my old self because I did not want to be there no more. I did not want to be there no more. I did not want to be that person. I did not want to have that life. So you changed. Oh wow. It's either you're okay with it, or you know, you can continue about your life, speaking in terms of to other people who may judge or criticize you. You can be okay with that, or you can just accept it. You can accept it, or you can move on. That's what it is. That's what it is. Accept it or move on. And it's okay. You know, if people criticize you for doing what you want, that's okay. That's their own belief. That's their own idea. There's no reason to hate them for that, because they may not be able to see you as the person who does that. It's like their own vision or expectation of you is of who you were, and you have to change that. For yourself, you can't change what nobody thinks about you. You can't. And another thing is like, you can't, on the topic of changing, it's like, people feel how they feel. People feel how they feel. Whatever they think about it, they feel what they feel. You aren't responsible for that. You aren't responsible for that. You're just responsible for your own actions and for how you feel about situations and for what you do about them. You aren't responsible for how they feel, because if you try and just make everyone feel a certain type of way, you're holding yourself back. And even so, it's like you are, in a way, putting a mask on, trying to just make everyone feel okay when you yourself aren't okay with that. That's a double-edged sword, you know, because sure, they may be okay with that vision of you, but you aren't. Like, it benefits them, but at the same time, it eats away at you. It eats away at you. And I know it's like, at some point in my life, you know, people I come in contact with from the past, it's like, you know, if they see me as a different person or whatever, that's perfectly fine. They see me as the same, it's perfectly fine. Whatever they say about me, it's cool. I don't mind it. You know, I'm gonna continue living my own life as you should, you know, because after seeing that point where it's like you don't even want to continue, you're just sick and tired, you're just distracting your mind. It comes to a point where you distract your mind just so you don't feel that feeling, where you just sit. And this is where it really comes to it, where you sit or just going about your day, no distractions. You know, you could be driving, or even the shower thoughts where you have your deepest thoughts about life. You know, you could be sitting on your bed, just like this, just thinking. And that's the thoughts you have to confront. Those are the things you have to confront. Because you can only put it away for so long. You can only just hide from it for so long until it comes back. How long are you just gonna keep running? How long are you just gonna keep avoiding the problem? And what's the solution? That's on you to figure out, you know. I can only help as much as I can, but the solution to your own life or the way you want to live is all up to you. It's all up to you. I can't control it. You have to. And again, you can't change what nobody thinks about you. Just live your life to how you want. That's something I realized, you know. And being honest, for the things I've done and wanted and put my mind to and tried, you know, I've only got nothing but compliments, being honest. You know, YouTube, I've got you guys supporting me just as we're able to talk one-on-one, or even just hear my own thoughts and perspectives. You know, that means the most to me. That means the most, knowing that someone leaves a comment and it's like, this helped me. That means the world to me. Or even so, like the guitar, I talked to my dad, he's like, you're learning, you're getting better, and it's like, that makes me happy. The fact that even so, I know for myself I'm improving, but it's like someday being able to just play a song for him or something, you know. Even soccer, as it was always a passion, it was always an interest, I always liked playing it, but now I'm on a team and I'm enjoying it. And as much as I don't like the losses, it comes with it. And I realized I want to be better, you know. I want to be better. And the way I go about it is, you know, continuously playing, trying, doing. That's the way. That's the only way, is by doing and learning. Because, you know, it's this funny thing where it's like, sure, you can constantly keep doing and doing, but it's like, if you don't learn from your mistakes, you're gonna keep doing the same mistakes. Okay, and then on the other side of the coin, you're constantly thinking of trying something, constantly thinking of what you want to do, but you never do it. So it's like you make no progress regardless. But then it's like that balance, the yin and the yang, you know, learning from experience and from people who are good in that area. It's like, that's where you truly prosper and grow. But again, it came to a point where it was like, I did not see myself living that way for 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road. I couldn't see myself living that same way. There was something telling me that there was more for me. It was myself, honestly. It was something deep inside me that was like, you're unfulfilled. So it's like, there's something out there for you, you know, and you have to become that kind of person who's accepting of it, who's open enough to experience it. And I think that's a thing too, where it's like people aren't open enough to talk to themselves about it. Like, you just even sometimes you have to sit in that feeling. As that's what brought about this video. I was just sitting there at work. I just got off work, by the way. I was sitting there in my own thoughts, just doing my work. I didn't have no music playing, although sometimes I do like just like instrumentals or something like that, something so calm and soothing, where it's like it doesn't cause a distraction. I can just sit there in my thoughts, and it's telling me just to talk about that. Talk in a way, it seems almost like a rant, but at the same time, I'm just sharing my experience. I'm just sharing my experience. And again, it comes to a point where it was like eating away at me, just not doing anything about it. And it's wrong. It's wrong. Quite frankly, it's wrong. The fact that you aren't doing anything about it, it's wrong. That's why it eats away at you. That's why it eats away at you. This is why it disturbs your mental. This is why it makes you feel miserable, in a way, to say the least. It makes you feel miserable. And you just have to embrace the fact that you aren't okay with where you're at. You aren't okay with where you are, but there's an opportunity for you to grow, an opportunity for you to change, and be vulnerable. Sure, the truth hurts. The truth hurts. That's why it's not easy. That is why it's not easy to accept that fact, because it's something we're running away from, something we don't want to confront. It's the demons in the closet that we don't want to face. But we have to at some point. We have to. And once that is confronted, once it's challenged and embraced, accepted is a better word, we can move on. We can move on through life. And it takes time. It's okay. It doesn't matter how long it takes. As long as, there is action being taken, that's okay. And of course, keep track of your mental too. Of course, because that's where you suffer the most, is the mental. And coming from a place of just pure love, pure gratitude for life, is like, I wish you nothing but the best. I truly wish you nothing but the best. And as much as it may pain me to see people suffering, it's like, if I can help, that's what means the world to me, and it may be something similar or different from that. You just have to explore and be open and accept the fact that it's like, you don't want to live that same life if you truly aren't satisfied with it. And of course, take some time to just relax or just think. Just sit there. And you may be saying, I don't have enough time. Just do it while you're driving. Do it while you're driving on the way to work. Just, you don't need no music, or even if you put on music, put something calm. There's an artist I like that's just calm. It's Daniel.mp3. He just got some like beats, instrumentals, I guess you can say, that are just calm. And then you can also find other artists, like, or even so, just some soft artists, like, you just kind of start figuring things out. But you can just do it on a car ride. That's why those late night car rides hit sometimes. You're just sitting there, some soft music, and you're just driving. Or the shower thoughts, you just started thinking. Create that time for you to be able to do that. Create that space for you to be vulnerable in that aspect. And also, it's like, A reason you may not also have time is look at your screen time. Because I know for some people it may be 7-8 hours. If you can knock an hour off of that, or half an hour, just to kind of sit there, just be, just be. Don't do nothing. Just sit there. Then by all means do that. Of course, there's practices like yoga, meditation, journaling, all those. Whatever works best for you, that's what matters. And it came to a point where it was like I tried those. I'm not gonna lie. I tried journaling. I couldn't stay consistent at it. Nope, I couldn't. And that's the thing I realized with myself. I am bad at time blocking things, but it's like I'll time myself on things. So I'm understanding how I work efficiently in that aspect. I'll time the things I do and try to, minimize the amount of time I waste. Because time blocking is like, in a way, it's like, what if something unexpected occurs and it's like it throws you off schedule? Then what are you supposed to do? I just like having a list of things I have to do throughout the day and however long I need to do them. That's what I like. But, it's just creating that space for you to be open with yourself. Things may not be the best right now. That's okay. Things may not be, sunshines and rainbows, but it can get better. It can get better. You just have to believe it, because everything is just a belief, a thought. You think you're sad, and that's not to say there's obviously like clinical, things like that. But for the most part, it's like our thoughts can create suffering. Our thoughts can create the most suffering. We can be our biggest ally and also our biggest opponent. Because if you have a mindset that just wants you the best for yourself, it's like you're going to be your greatest helper and honor the people who also help you along the way. But if you have a mindset which puts you down, just makes you feel miserable about yourself, you're your biggest opponent. That is the highest hurdle you're going to have to climb. The battle with yourself, the battle with the side of you who knows how to hurt you. But you just have to accept it. You have to accept I've been hurt. I may be hurting now. I may be feeling whatever feelings I'm feeling. I may be having these thoughts. That's okay. You look at yourself. You just look. It's like I'm breathing. I'm alive. Time is flying. Time is going. I can change. I am not the same person I was a minute ago. It's a new minute. We're in the present, because I am not my past. I'm not my past, which is a hard thing. We relate our experiences to who we are, but it's like you aren't that. You aren't that. You may be thinking, I'm a procrastinator because I always procrastinate, but it's like you aren't a procrastinator. You just don't have the proper skills to manage your time, because you're not just that. You're other things. You're you. In a sense of stripping everything away, it's like you are just you. But even so, if you want to add attributes to you, it's like you're not just unproductive. You're not just whatever it may be productive. You're not just that, but you're more. And it's like the thoughts you have about yourself can even just make your day better. You have positive thoughts. And it's like you're focused too. You focus on the positive. Not to say that there's never negative, but it's like life seems so much more beautiful and peaceful and just bright, because that's what you're focusing on. But on the other side, it's like if you're focusing on the negative, everything just seems like it's going wrong. And it's crazy to see the power our minds have on that, It's crazy to see the power in that. But, you know, as much as I say it's do this, do that, it's not an easy process. I said that it's not easy. It's not easy seeing what it is that is holding us back. It's not easy to confront the things we've been hiding. It's not easy, and you may not even know sometimes. That is a hard thing to face. That is a hard thing to face. But at some point, you're gonna have to confront it. And, you know, on the other side of that is just growth and acceptance and abundance in a way. It's just love, you know. And it came to a point again, I was sick and tired of it. I was tired of where I was. I was tired of doing the things I do. I was tired of me. I was tired of me. I was tired of remaining that same person, stagnant, not becoming who I know I could be, you know. So I just had to change, you know. And it's easier said than done. It still takes time. It still takes time. Because if you don't confront the things that are eating away at you, the things that are haunting you, it's gonna remain there. It's gonna remain there. And sure, things may be looking on the upside, but then one thing happens and you get knocked over, and it's like, that's when it strikes. That's when those thoughts strike, when you hit a temporary low. But I just want to leave it off there, honestly, as I did not expect to just go on for this long. But it's just me expressing my own thoughts, my own idea of the experience I had. And again, you know, I guess if you're this far, you know, glad you stuck around, you know, and hopefully just something resonates with you, or something helps someone out there, or you can help someone, as that's what this is all for. That's the whole purpose and vision for this channel, for the most part. And I just want to leave it there. You know, I love you forever and always. Dreamers turning dreams into reality. See ya.